afternoon. Today I'm here with a resident from the Bight, and I'm going to ask him to just give his name and to say a little bit about himself.
Well, my name is Wilbert Delancey, but most people know me as Sonny, and band name is Pope. Well, anything else you would like to know about Sonny, Pope, or Wilbert?
Well, I know that you are a resident of the Bight, and I also know that you are a person of age, so that means you should be a person of wisdom. And I'm looking forward to just having a brief discussion with you about the Bight in the community. Can you tell me a little about life in the Bight while you were growing up, during your childhood?
Oh man, that's way back now. We're looking now like 70 years back there. But growing up as a child, things was, well, to me personally, things was good to me. You know, I had no problem, but after growing up and become a man, I look back and I see things was rough. But being my childhood, me and my family, my brothers and sisters, we had no problem. We had it good, because to compare to some others, it was rough.
Okay. So tell me, what was the occupation of some of during that time in the Bight?
Well, the occupation, there were only few craftsmen in the Bight. From my father, he was a shipwright. And but the main thing at that time was fishing and farming. Who don't fish, they'll farm. Well, everybody farms, so to speak, male and female. But the male, they usually fish. But during that time, as a child growing up, the government had a project in the Bight at that time where they had a sisal farm. And most people, most females usually used to work that sisal farm when they are working their own personal farm.
Okay. So tell me, how do you compare now as a resident in the Bight compared to that?
Well, compared to now and then, well, after seeing the country in general, grew up developed under my eyes. It's so far. I mean, it's like day and night. So during my childhood, there was no such thing. There was no modernism comparing to what it is today. Excuse me. During my time growing up, there was nothing called modern. Even though in them days it was modern to us in them days, but comparing to what it is today, that was like day and night. You know?
Okay. So let me ask you, you are from the Bight community. Do you know why the Bight got its name as the Bight?
Oh yeah, because the Bight, the way the island lay, we are in the curve like. If you notice, if anyone will notice the map of Provo, who's in the Bight, we are sitting like in a curve, more or less. Well, to explain, you would have to really look at the map, and our curve is much longer and much deeper than the curve you'll find in north side of 5 Keys or any place else. And we had an area, when the wind go north, like we'd be much more smoother than north side, so to speak.
So are you referring to the curve looking like a bite mark?
Now the curve is almost an oval shape, so to speak. Speaking of the curve of the island itself, we had the island layout, and in our area, our settlement, we were like in a pocket like.
Okay, so are you also familiar with why the name Blue Hills then?
Yes, very familiar. As you will notice, over the years, the original name of the whole island was Providenciales. But we hardly call that name. We would call, we would say Five Keys, Blue Hills, or sometime Northside, and the Bight. And the reason why the name come to Blue Hills is because of the tallest peak in the Turks and Caicos Islands is Blue Mountain, and that's down in the north side area, and that's why we call it Blue Hills. Matter of fact, the whole country on Grand Turks and West Caicos used to call Provo Blue Hills.
Okay. And what about Five Keys? Where did that name come from?
Well, because Five Keys, you have 5 keys out there, five little islands out in the front of Five Keys, out in the front of the harbor. And that's why they call that area Five Keys. And to add on there, Five Keys was the original capital for Providenciales. And also, to add a little further on, you notice we have 2 Five Keys. We have the big Five Keys, little Five Keys. The little Five Keys is located on the south side of the Bight. And if you will count those keys, you'll find 5 little keys out there. But those keys are not as large as the keys down in big Five Keys.
Okay. And is there anything else about, because you're from the Bight that you would like to share with us that you think is important for us to know as a history lesson?
Well, there are lots of things I could share about the Bight. You know, as you will notice now, the Bight now is built up, and the location of the Bight has changed now. Because we as far as goes now, since we get into this ministerial government, the boundary had been shifted up, and for this reason, the Bight is projected longer than it was before. And matter of fact, all the settlements, north side, Five Keys, they all extend much bigger than they were, because the Bight was just from Richmond Hill to Kingston was the Bight. But now the Bight extends further east. And now Richmond Hill now is no longer part of the Bight. Richmond Hill now is part of Cheshire Hall now. So.
Right. So I'm glad you said Cheshire Hall. Did you know of the person who they named the area after, Cheshire Hall?
I really forgot the name, but I know for sure this one Stubbs guy used to, what's his name now? I think it was Wade Stubbs, I think it was. I think that was Wade Stubbs. During the cotton season, when they used to farm cotton over the years. Well, this way back, this is way back from my time.
Right.
He had purchased some land from the Crown, originally from Bermuda, and they were doing cottons. He and his brother, they were doing cotton, and I guess that name came in from their cultivating. But to give it the exact history, I wouldn't be able to give it to you all because I forgot some of the saying of it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I'm happy for the information that you were able to share with us. I think this is very good information, and especially coming from someone, a resident of the Bight.
But if you don't mind me adding on something, that there's a rumor going around saying that, well, this I think people like to know. They're saying that South Caicos had the first fishing plant in Turks and Caicos Islands. But I like to mark the difference that the first plant in Turks and Caicos Islands was down in Silly Key. And over the years, we used to manufacture lobster. We used to canned lobster and export it out. And the old ruins are still there right now, if anyone wishes to see it. And the second seafood plant, went to South Caicos, that was Mike's seafood plant, and that's still there now. The old ruin is still there. It's downtown and in South Caicos. So
Okay.
I just think I just throw that out there so others will know, because people are saying the first seafood plant was in South Caicos. And
Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much again. And it's a pleasure speaking with you today, Mr. Wilbert Delancey. All right, resident of the Bight.
please say Pope.
Good afternoon.
You have a nice evening.